Hello! Please ignore the state of my face today. I am trying to get used to wearing makeup without foundation. I'm doing a video I never thought I would be doing today. I'm gonna actually have a look at what we've seen from Lady Gaga's new makeup collection so far and have a talk about my thoughts and feelings on it, because I think I wasn't expecting to feel this way. So before I get into it, I do want to say I am a huge Lady Gaga fan. This video isn't meant to be hateful or bullying or attacking in any way whatsoever, but I do find it very interesting as someone who should be the target audience for this makeup brand, that there is something not connecting with me with it. So I wanted to have a little bit of a deeper dive into why that might be. I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. I'm a person who wears makeup a lot. I'm a person who does creative makeup quite a lot and have been known to spend all of my money on Lady Gaga related things. Still just pretending that I haven't spent what I've spent on my Chromatica tickets, but whatever. So when I criticize anything, it really hurts my heart to do it, because I really want to like what I've seen so far. There's just something that's not doing it for me, and I don't know. I do know what it is, but we'll get there. Before I properly get into talking about everything, I think some of the people watching this video are going to be quite into makeup, and some of the people watching this video are not going to know much about makeup but be quite into Gaga. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying like, oh, I don't wear makeup, I don't know anything about makeup, but I love Haus Labs, or I'm so excited to see the new Haus Labs stuff. So if I'm saying anything that comes across a bit obvious, just maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for someone else who's watching this. I do want to have a little look at the history of Haus Labs, because it has been seen as a flop, and I hate that word, for a while. I didn't really mind a lot of the first Haus Labs launch. I'm gonna call it 1.0. I didn't mind a lot of Haus Labs 1.0. I am actually wearing a couple of the products today. I always every day wear my lip liner. I think it's a Rip lip liner. I love the colour Myth, and I also have the colour Ride, and I actually bought another Myth because I love it that much. I'm also wearing a matte Monster lip crayon. This is the lip crayon I'm wearing. I think it's Perfect Peach. Sorry, Perfect Pose. Sorry, Gaga. It's Perfect Pose, and yeah, I love this colour. I wear it all the time, and I really like the formula of the crayons. I also really like the eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. You can see I've had this for so long now that the writing has almost completely etched off this. I've had like 5 of these. It's really weird. For me, this product, when it works incredibly. It works like no other liquid eyeliner I've ever used. It's perfect, it's stunning, beautiful, never been done before, not afraid to reference all of that. And I really enjoy this eyeliner. And then sometimes I use it and it's like it's dry and there's no product left in it. It's really strange. I actually did contact Haus Labs customer service when I first bought one, and they said to store it like this way up so that the ink is always flowing at the bottom, and shake it before I use it. I've tried doing all of that stuff, it's not made any difference whatsoever. So I find it works in like bursts. So what I do is I do my eyeliner with another liquid eyeliner, and then I'll go over it with this just to make it black, like dark jet black. It doesn't really rub off as much as other eyeliners on me. I've had this on all day, I've had my makeup on all day, you can see how it performs. And the last product I've got on from Haus Labs today is the Blue Jean Dream Glam Attack, which I can show you as well. This is the Blue Jean Dream Glam Attack, and I have quite a few Glam Attacks. They are, again, one of my favourite products from Haus Labs 1.0, but this colour actually, I'm saying how much I like it, but I don't like this colour because it's so sheer, and I expected it to come out like this. The only reason it's come out so bright blue is because I've put blue eyeshadow on underneath it, and then I've put this shimmer on the top. So you'll see when you take it out, it comes out really pigmented, and then it's very subtle. So then even that looks quite pigmented compared to what it looks like when you blend it in. You go to blend it and it just disappears, and what you're left with is literally just shimmer. So it's very pretty, but you just need to know how to use it. So I just use it on the top of blue eyeshadow, basically. It was the point of that little tangent. So all in all, I am a fan of Haus Labs, not just because of the Gaga name, but because I genuinely really like a lot of the products they do. When Haus Labs first launched, it was an exclusive beauty brand with Amazon, which a lot of people didn't like. It was good because obviously people around the world were able to buy it. It made it a very accessible brand, but Amazon isn't really known for their quality. Amazon isn't known for their workers' rights, let's say. Amazon isn't known for sustainability. There's a lot. So that was a bit of a controversial thing at the first launch. Also, when it first launched, you had to buy a collection. I think they were called House of Collections, and you had to buy a set. That was the only way you could buy the products, and they were pre-designed sets. So it was a glam attack, a lip liner, and a lip gloss. That's what I did, and I got House of Aphrodite. I think I bought the Venus themed one, and it was all like very natural, and all of those products I adored, and I still adore to this day. I think it was Aphrodite Glam Attack. I loved that. I used it not only on my eyes, I used it as a liquid highlight. The gloss and obviously the Myth lip liner I think came in that package as well. As I said before, I loved that. While I adored that set of products I bought, it wasn't great in terms of price, because if you didn't have money to buy 3 items, guess what? That was the only way you could buy Haus Labs at the launch. If you only wanted lips, you had to also buy a thing with an eyeshadow. It wasn't great. Eventually, obviously, they expanded their range and you could pick and choose what you wanted to buy. When Haus Labs launched, we saw such dramatic visuals from Gaga, the face lace eyeliner stickers and stuff. We thought it was going to be very avant-garde, what we're used to from Gaga, but the products didn't necessarily match it. There were a couple of colours, but a lot of it was very like natural glam, muted tones, and all of that was lovely, but it just wasn't necessarily what we would expect from Lady Gaga's makeup brand. That was another thing at launch that was maybe a little bit of a problem for people. Very unfortunately, outside of Gaga's fan base, and maybe to an extent within the fan base, people did see Haus Labs as a cash grab, a lazy brand. People saw it as poor quality. So Casa Gaga was a turning point in terms of Haus Labs appealing to someone that wasn't just Gaga fans. Because to be honest, even past launches that were catered to Gaga fans, such as the Bad Kid Vault, just didn't... It seemed very rushed, very last minute. So yeah, Haus Labs has had some tricky launches in the past, I would say. Anyway, all that changed when Haus Labs announced that it was completely rebranding, doing a complete overhaul. Your favourite products aren't going to be in stock anymore. Stock up while you can. We're changing everything. New names, new formulas, new brand, everything. And they went from Haus Laboratories, aka Haus Labs, to Haus Labs by Lady Gaga is their name. So that was the first part of the rebrand. Everyone was just kind of like, okay. We got this gorgeous picture of Gaga, and then today we have seen a first look at the new products. Haus Labs will now be stocked at Sephora, where other celebrity makeup brands such as Fenty and Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez have been stocked for some time now. So that suggested to me, when I heard that it was being stocked in Sephora, that Haus Labs were really levelling up, because to be in Sephora, you've got to compete against these brands. Fenty is beloved by many. I'm not a fan of Selena Gomez. A lot of people who have bought Rare Beauty aren't a fan of Selena Gomez, but Rare Beauty has got such good reputation that people have invested in their products because they seem to do really well. So I really thought, you know, they're being stocked in Sephora now. This is a huge turning point for the brand. I can't wait to see what they're coming up with, is kind of what I thought. You know, no more Amazon, no more, you know, connotations with Amazon anymore. It's all Sephora. How luxurious, how amazing. We also learned that it was going to be a clean beauty brand. It was going to be beauty that would actually have a skincare element to it. The makeup wouldn't damage your skin, it would actually have ingredients that would help your skin. So that's, you know, cool. As I say, today we saw the products for the first time. I'm gonna look on the website as I talk and just navigate and say what comes to mind. So as I go onto the website, I really like that it's much brighter. The background is white, and the last website had a black background, and it was cool. It kind of fit the brand, I guess, but I do think this is something that looks much better this time around. The products are easier to see this way, and it just looks a bit more professional. Something that I think Haus Labs has always been quite strong at is the model photography, not necessarily the pictures of Gaga herself, but the model photography has always been really strong. I love that they've got a mature model this time in their lineup. I've loved some of the product pictures I've seen so far. That girl with all the freckles is beautiful. The really dark skinned girl with the bright pink pigment, it just looks incredible. So I think the photos, stunning, really, really stunning. And we've had some really good pictures of Gaga too. Like I say, this one I really like, and the Born This Way vibes with the eyeliner. I was really excited to see that. I know a lot of fans were really excited to see that. So one thing I think Haus Labs is doing well and has always done well most of the time is the photography. However, looking at the actual products, let's get the worst one out of the way, which for me is the high power pigment paint. And the reason why it's the worst for me is this packaging. It really, really looks like a private label product to me. I'm pretty sure Haus Labs is claiming that they're their own formulas, but it does look to me from this packaging that they've gone to a private label company, said, can we have this shade, this shade, this shade, and just printed Haus Labs name onto a plain tube. Bare minimum. It really looks that way, and I think there is a way to do clean beauty while still being innovative with the packaging. I'm really not a Selena Gomez fan, but I will say that the Rare Beauty packaging is something new. It's clean, it's minimalistic, and yet it is really effective. It's unique to Rare Beauty. When you see that packaging, you know it's that brand, and it's still minimalistic, it's still clean. So I get that, you know, they're going for an eco-friendly vibe with this new packaging, but to me it does not read as luxury, doesn't read as the price point. The high power pigment paints are £23.99 Great British pounds, which is quite a lot, for a 7-gram tube. So basically £24, and I'll show you how much that looks. So I've been looking in my makeup collection for something that is 7 grams to show you, and I've not found anything in a tube, but I have found this, which is 7 grams. This is a NYX eyeshadow base, which I've used quite a lot, and to be honest, you get a lot of use out of this. I've used this many, many times. I've still got a lot left, probably won't have to buy another one for years. So it is quite a lot of product. What I would say with these high power pigment paints is it really depends on the consistency of the product, on how much use you're going to get out of your 7-gram tube. If it's thick like this is so thick and creamy, I feel like I can scoop out a little bit and get all over both my eyes. I get a lot of use out of this without having to use so much, but if this was really runny, it would be harder to get so much use out of it. Another thing I really don't like with the tube is that it's hard to not waste product. Once you squeeze something out of a tube, it's really hard obviously to put it back in, whereas these pots, if you use too much, you put it back in the pot. I think I've covered everything in terms of packaging, what I don't like about this product. I can't think of a positive about the packaging, unfortunately. It's just not what I was expecting at all, and I think really just it could have been thought out a bit better, a bit more careful with this. I can tell that this is supposed to be like a really key product for their launch, because as I said earlier, those photos of the bright pink and the beautiful pigments, it actually is this product, and I didn't realise that until I went and delved deeper into the website. The bright pink on that model is actually this one. It's the magenta shimmer, which I don't really understand, because it says that the shimmers are sheer, which is like translucent, whereas it says the mattes are full coverage. So that would suggest to me that they've put something pink as a base and then this as a topper to make it shimmery. Don't know. In terms of price point being what it is, the added skincare element for this product is, I'm just going to say it wrong, plant squalane, and hyaluronic acid. Okay, so I don't know what those are, but I can tell you, I bought this liquid lipstick, it's by Collection. I went to Collection because it's a cheap brand, and I bought this and I wouldn't have paid more than £5 for it. This here has hyaluronic acid in it. I'm probably saying it wrong. My point is if a cheap product like this has this skincare product in it, then it's not necessarily justification for the high price point. One thing I do like about this product is when you scroll down on the product page, you see this really nice video of the swatches being run under the tap to show that they are waterproof. So, you know, it's one thing to say a product is waterproof, it's another thing to actually demonstrate it. So I really like that about the product page. And like I say, the photography is stunning on these, absolutely adore. But yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about the high power pigment paint. I won't be buying it, certainly not without being able to try it in store, and that's something I can't do because I am not near a Sephora. Up next, let's talk about the rebranded Le Monster Lip Crayon. I see they've renamed everything and they are no longer nice names. They are just literally like Crimson, Rose, Berry. Yeah, I guess they're kind of creative, but they're not as creative as they were before with the names. It says there's 12 demi matte shades and 1 shimmer. Hopefully they haven't changed this formula too much because I do really like the OG. I really do like this, so hopefully they haven't changed the formula too much. What can I say about the new packaging? It looks like a pen. This, I think, looks like a pen. In fact, I actually went to pick this up thinking it was this, but I will say the new packaging looks even more like a pen and I just don't love it. Maybe it's the new font that's making it read as a private label product to me, because it just looks like a default font. If you asked a factory, can you write my name on a lipstick, they would probably let you choose from like a list of fonts, and one of them would be a really simple font like the Haus Labs logo. At least, you know, this was stylized in some way, so it didn't look so, I don't know why it's reading to me as so private label, but it just isn't. I don't know. I do like that you see more of the colour. I always found this kind of strange, but it did look more like a crayon, and the new one looks more like a ballpoint pen. That's what I've got to say about that. We already know. I think the price is around the same as what it was before. Let's move on to Optic Intensity Eco Eyeliner, Carbon Black Free. Clean and high impact artistry colour join forces in a long wear gel-like sharpenable pencil eyeliner that glides like a liquid and lasts all day. Is this the replacement of the eyeliner where the white one was called Aura, maybe? I think so. They had pencil eyeliners for sure. I didn't get to try that, but I heard that was really good. Again, the packaging. I like that there's a little brush on the end, I will say that, because personally I don't love smudging my eyeliner or blending it out, but I know that's a thing that makeup brands like to show that you can do with a product. So at least the brush is built in. So for $21.99, you're getting the eyeliner and the brush, which I guess relatively for everything else in the collection is good value for money. If it didn't have the brush, then I would maybe still be like, don't know about this. Maybe this is the product I'd be most likely to try, because I did want to try the white one from the previous launch. This one is powered with vitamin E and argan oil. The black one is carbon black free. Unfortunately, I don't know what those mean. Cool shade range. I just hope that they are as pigmented as they look in the official swatches. They've put another video of the swatches being run underwater and not smudging. They're not really like scrubbing it. It's like a very gentle look. They aren't going anywhere. They don't smudge. So yeah, they look good from this, but a bit skeptical just in case. Out of everything so far, I would be most likely to try the white eyeliner pencil. I like the look of this. It's not creative packaging, but at least it is useful, and I like sharpenable pencils. I think that's a really good thing. When it gets blunt, what you can do is sharpen it so it's pointy. So when you are doing your lips, if you want a really sharp line, you can have a really sharp line, like a really thin sharp line. So if I'd have sharpened the pencil, it would be a little bit more precise, but it's okay. So yeah, I like the fact that the new eyeliners, you can sharpen them. I'm very shocked there's no lip liners in this release, or lip glosses, but I'm assuming what they're going to do is say that you can use everything across your whole face. A lot of brands are doing that now. If you have a pigment like the first one we looked at, the high pigment, they're going to say that you can use that on your eyes, you can use that on your cheeks. They're going to say that you can use that on your eyes, you can use it on your cheeks, you can use it on your lips. That's what they're going to position that as, and a lot of brands are doing that with pigments. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to kind of imply that you can use these eyeliners on your lips. Let's look at the next one, the brow pencil. This is one I didn't get to use from the first launch. It's another one I wouldn't have minded trying. I saw it won an award, so I guess it was okay. But to be honest, pencils that aren't near your eyes, as in your actual eyes, so a brow pencil, I don't think you can really go wrong. I think it's hard to make a bad brow liner, if that makes sense. Therefore, I probably wouldn't be paying a higher end price for this. It says it's powered with micronized pigments and vitamin E. I'm not really that worried about making sure my eyebrows have vitamins in. So again, there's not really a huge allure for me, if you pardon the pun. It won an allure award. But I would be intrigued to try it. Again, I would try a sample, obviously. I would try a sample of everything, but I would probably like the sample, just not enough to actually invest in it. Lip oil. This is another one I didn't get to try, that I was interested in trying, but once again, just wasn't, you know, blown away enough to actually pay for it. It's $23.99. There are 4 shades, one of them being clear, and it has prickly pear oil and vegan collagen. Collagen is always recommended for lip products. Haven't heard of prickly pear oil. I just want to also clarify, lip oils like this, which adjust to the natural tint in your lips, this is not a new concept. This has been around for years and years and years. I remember being like literally a child and walking around the makeup counters with my mum, and she bought one, and I remember thinking that's cool as a child, like that when you put a lip oil on it adjusts to your natural lip tint. I do like the concept. I just want to make it clear that it's not really a huge innovation. Packaging is pretty much the same, just yet again with the logo making it look very, don't know. I get what they're going for. They want it to look eco-friendly, they want it to look clean and minimalistic. The problem is Gaga is, you know, sometimes very clean and sometimes very minimalistic, and sometimes she is so bold and so out there. So it is just interesting to me that they're leaning towards the clean and minimalistic side, but implying from the photography that you're going to be doing really out there, really creative, really bright, colourful looks. So that's just something that I'm always going to have a hard time wrapping my head around. But anyway, let's look at the last 2 products, I believe. These are, other than the pigment paint, I think these are the most I have to say about any of the products. So the last 2 products are the bronzers and highlighters, and when I first saw the product photos, I was very, very disappointed in how the packaging looked, except for these 2 products. It's taking exactly what people liked about the Casa Gaga collection, and it looks unique to Haus Labs. I really, really was drawn to this product when I first saw it. I love that the highlighter, the box looks a bit iridescent. I think that's so cool. It's exactly the perfect way to do clean and minimalistic but still keeping it Gaga. I love the H stylization that they've got both on the box and in the actual product itself, pressed into the pan. It's just so good, and it really is the only product, as I say, out of the whole launch that I saw and I thought that looks really interesting, I would buy this. Not to mention this corally, I think it's called Fire Onyx, Fire Opal. This Fire Opal shade is absolutely beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love it. So I was thinking, okay, at least this looks good. And then I saw the price. $39.99 for a highlighter. $39.99, that's 40 Great British pounds. I cannot wrap my head around it. And then I thought, am I going crazy? Surely this isn't a regular price for a highlighter. Looked it up. Fenty is a, you know, we all agree Fenty is an amazing beauty brand, especially for a celebrity, but even if it wasn't a celebrity beauty brand, people love Fenty, people love the products, the marketing, everything. So a Fenty highlighter, which is already renowned, it isn't trying to, you know, have a big comeback like Haus Labs. I really have to stress, Haus Labs needs this rebrand to be good. It's gonna be in Sephora. It needs to stand out on the shelves. It needs to have appeal. It needs to have that fan base that Fenty and Rare Beauty have. Fenty already has established itself as a key player in the beauty game. It is probably the best celebrity makeup line of all time at this point. A Fenty Kilowatt highlighter is 7.5 grams and costs £28. This is 7 grams, so slightly less product, and it costs £40. It costs over 25% more, and Haus Labs is not an established brand in the way that Fenty is. It's not about who has a bigger fan base, Rihanna or Lady Gaga. It's about who would you trust with your money to buy a product like this. I would trust Rihanna. The brand has been around for longer. People have given it good reviews. Haus Labs has been very, very hit and miss with its products. Some products have been amazing, some have not been so good. I would not be spending £40 to take that risk, especially when I know I can buy it at Fenty for less money and know it's going to perform well. People are making the argument that because there's skincare ingredients in the new products, that's why they are more expensive. This is something I can understand, but I also don't see the point in investing in a highlighter with skincare products in it. I think the thing is, you use a highlighter here, here, maybe here and here, and maybe here and here, and maybe a bit more on your forehead. It's not a face product as in it goes all over your face. It doesn't go here, which is a sensitive area. None of these areas are that sensitive in terms of you'd need to really take care of them. Your forehead is obviously known for getting wrinkles, and same here, your smile lines. These are the areas I would say if I was going to buy a product, I would take care with these areas. And a highlighter, not to mention, goes on last. When you do all of your makeup, you put your highlighter on last, because if you put something on top of your highlighter, the shimmer is less effective. So what you want really, if you're going to have good skincare ingredients in your makeup, you want to use them at the base. You want to have these like vitamins and things that Haus Labs are using probably in the base of your makeup, in your moisturizer, in your primer, and in your foundation, maybe in your concealer. If you're using your concealer on spots, then maybe you'd want witch hazel or something inside your concealer. I don't see the point personally of paying £40 for a shimmery powder that has an extract of a silver vine, whatever that is, just for it to go here on your face, on top of your makeup. I can understand adding the skincare ingredients to the pigment paints because those are advertised more as being all around your face, cheeks, lips, and they have some skin tone ones which I'm not sure if they're trying to position as you can use these as a foundation or a contour. But yeah, this highlighter is just not... I would probably try this if it was half the price. I would still not feel great about paying £20 for this, but that's just because I don't like buying high-end makeup. But 40 I think is way above the mark of what I'd be willing to pay. Let me see if I have anything in my makeup collection that's the same size so we can at least gauge. Okay, so this is also 7 grams. So this really old highlighter from Makeup Academy at Superdrug is 7.5 grams. So your Haus Labs £40 highlighter is going to be slightly smaller than this. This is 7.5 grams, which is the same size as the Fenty one. Okay, so actually it's going to be closer to this size. This is 6.8 grams. So you're looking at something 0.2 grams more than this and 0.5 grams less than this. To be honest, it's probably going to be exactly the same size as this. This is Ted Baker. Okay, the contour, very interestingly, is actually 12 grams. I don't know if I have anything that's 12 grams. Yeah, I don't have anything that's 12 grams. So just imagine this is 2 grams, so 6 of these is how much product you're getting in your contour. Interestingly, you're getting a significant amount more product in the contour and it's £2 cheaper. It's more cost effective to buy a bronzer than it is to buy the highlighter, which is sad for me because I think highlighters, if they're really pretty, they are worth the investment. Contour is just a brown powder. I got this in an advent calendar, so I'm quite happy to not spend £38 on that. Yet again, it's got skincare products in it and stuff. I guess that you would be using bronzer a little bit more all over than you would a highlighter. A bronzer you'd probably use here, maybe under your nose, maybe around here, your jaw, maybe to contour your forehead a little bit. Maybe you do your nose contour with it as well. So you probably would get more use out of this than a highlighter, depending on how you do your makeup. If they were cheaper, I would say, you know, these look really good and I might try them. But as I say,
something I realised I didn't say when I was filming this, so sorry for this little insert. The new colour range of the bronzers actually looks pretty incredible. They are doing it by what your undertones are. They have a good range of shades. So I think while I'm sat here saying the bronzer isn't worth it for me in terms of the price point, it definitely might be worth it to someone else. I know it's notoriously hard to find bronzer that's dark enough for many dark-skinned people, and it does look like from these pictures that Haus Labs has definitely taken that into consideration this time, which is amazing, because their first bronzer release, I was actually embarrassed by how few shades there were, especially for people who were darker. So not only have they got a range of shades. They've also kept undertones in mind. You could go for neutral undertones, warm rosy undertones, muted undertones, even got cool golden undertones, and then they have like deep, medium, light. So you can see what your undertones are and then choose between deep, medium and light. So I think that's a really, really good innovation for this new launch. It's nice to see Haus Labs taking that into consideration this time. And I'm saying it's not worth it for me to spend £38 on this. That's just me personally. And I think if you were someone who struggles to find your shade, if this is a really good product and, you know, it could be, then maybe this would be worth it for you.
My problem with the packaging for these is, as I say, it looks very private label, but Haus Labs isn't just being sold online anymore, it's being sold in store at Sephora. So people are going to be able to come and try the product, check the consistency, see the colour payoff, and see if it's worth buying before they put it in their cart and purchase it. So the quality of the products needs to be good, but also the packaging needs to stand out. The stand itself, the point of sale stuff, needs to stand out in the shop. You've already got Fenty, you've already got Rare Beauty, and a ton of amazing brands in Sephora. Pat McGrath is one of my favourites of all time. Really, really well-respected brands in Sephora. Haus Labs needs to make a good impression to do well here. It was very shocking to me to see plain white boxes, which isn't really my issue. The actual box often can be quite plain for a lot of beauty products, but the packaging, once you've taken it out the box, is so underwhelming, so unimaginative, so simple. And I get what they were going for, but like I say, you can do simple and minimalistic, but still in a way that's innovative and different. They have not done that, and it's sad. It's really sad, isn't it? There was so much they could have done. I think the problem starts actually at the top. They don't know whether it's a brand for the fans. When Haus Labs was under Amazon, I had the impression that there was a CEO at the top, Gaga being the face of the brand, and a team of people at the top who believed that clean, minimalistic beauty was the way to go, and not just make the brand like fan service just for Gaga fans. And I think that was a huge mistake. There's brands like Sugar Pill who do really well, and they appeal to creative people. They do bright colours, they do so many creative things. This is the kind of stuff that Gaga fans are going to be wearing. They're going to want to wear the bright colours and stuff like that when they go and see her on tour, when they see her in Vegas, when they go to the club. Your fan base is gay. They want to go to the gay club in their colours. They want to go to Pride in their rainbows. It seems like a no-brainer to make everything bright and colourful and fun. But instead what we got was a lot of like, you can do natural makeup or you can add a black eyeliner and make it really punk looking. While I do love like those punk looks that Haus Labs have come out with, and I do love the photos of Gaga where she just looks stunning in, you know, the pretty products, I just don't think that it's necessarily what her fan base would buy. So if they do want to appeal to beauty enthusiasts who aren't necessarily going to dress up in their rainbows and glitter and colours, then maybe what they needed to do was appeal to those people and not just Gaga fans. So I feel like that's the weird balance that Haus Labs has had since the beginning. I don't think the people at the top necessarily grasped that that's what was going on. I think there should have been a decision at the beginning, who are we appealing to? Because appealing to everybody is just very confusing for both parties. I was really hoping that that would have been sorted out for the rebrand, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like they've got products that you can do bright, colourful looks with, but they're still kind of looking for that general glam moment. Something that I think would have been really in line with this relaunch, which is missing, would have been a foundation with SPF in it. I feel like a lot of these ingredients, people don't really know what they are unless you're really into skincare, but we can all agree that it's, you know, good practice to wear sun cream on your face every day. It's so amazing for anti-aging. They will do wonders for your skin if you wear sun cream every day on your face, whether you go out in the sun or not. And I think it is actually quite hard to find foundations that already have a high level of SPF in. I've got a few that maybe have SPF 10 or SPF 15, but a higher one like SPF 30, that would be amazing. I think that would be quite innovative and really in line with the new branding that Haus Labs is hoping to go for. I think that would have been more beneficial than putting silver vine extract in a highlighter. That would have made a much more sense to me. It appeals to both creative people and to general makeup enthusiasts, because who doesn't want to have good skin? You don't have to be super into skincare to understand it, to get the concept. Sun cream, it protects your face from the sun, protects you from aging. It's in a foundation, it's in the base of your makeup. Not even a foundation, they could have made a primer with SPF, they could have made a moisturiser with SPF. For me, again, it's one of those things that is so obvious, I'm shocked why it hasn't been done. What I'm hoping to see from Haus Labs in the future is for them to bring back the lip liners and the lip glosses, because I really like those. Really define whether it's a brand that's for the fans or for the makeup community in general, for the average Sephora customer, or whether it's for the average Lady Gaga fan, because at the minute it feels like it's trying to be for a bit of both and it's ending up for neither. More colours, more products, all the, you know, all the stuff we actually wanted. I'm really shocked that they've gotten rid of the shade names, because I feel like that was the one place they were creative. You know, like the Stupid Love palette had all Chromatica song title names. The Love for Sale palette obviously was very tied closely to the Love for Sale album. I'm really shocked that they've just cut that completely, because I feel like that was one of the few things that was unique to Haus Labs and not any other makeup brand. There are some positives, like I say, I liked the look of the highlighter. I'm intrigued about the pigment paints. I just wish they were in a different packaging. I get that they're going for minimalistic and eco-friendly, but I actually don't think it is very eco-friendly to have something in a tube. If you squeeze it out, you can't put it back in the tube, so I don't think that's very sustainable. There's just a lot of things that seem obvious that haven't been done, and for that I'm incredibly disappointed, and I probably won't be buying anything from this launch except maybe for that eyeliner that I said about. I've always wanted to try it and I've heard good things about it, but that's relying on the reputation of the 1.0 launch and not necessarily because of any marketing or rebrand that they've done. All in all, I hope what we've seen today is really just Haus Labs dipping its toe into the water, and there's much more to come. I want it to succeed. As a fan of Gaga, I want people to talk about Haus Labs the way they talk about Fenty or the way they talk about Rare Beauty, and I keep mentioning those two because I think I was very skeptical when they launched. Okay, Rihanna is known for being gorgeous and having good makeup, but is she known for doing makeup? No. Yet she still managed to come out with a brand everyone universally mostly agrees is incredible, and so has Selena Gomez, and that was a massive shock to me as well. I think it was a shock for a lot of people when Selena did it, because she was even later than Haus Labs was. Haus Labs for me seems to come out with these ideas and actually release products when it's a bit late. I don't know why they're leaning into skincare so much now when that's a trend that's been happening for years. I'm not convinced. I really want to love it, and there's things I am excited to see. I'll be watching people doing unboxings and stuff when it launches. If you do genuinely like the look of the product so far, I'm very happy for you. I wish I felt the way you do. This video, as I mentioned at the beginning, isn't to, you know, drag anyone down. It isn't meant to be hateful. It isn't meant to be bullying or harassment of any kind. It comes from a place of genuinely wanting this brand to succeed. I know it has so much potential, and yet it's just not living up to it for me as someone who both is a Lady Gaga fan and interested in makeup. That's where this is coming from. Haus Labs, if you're watching this, Gaga, I hope you're not watching this. It would hurt my heart so much, but I doubt you ever will. I have many an idea, as does every other Gaga fan on the planet. Feel free to get in touch. So that's all for my long rant today. I hope it's been informative. I hope it's been in-depth enough for what you were hoping. If you are buying Haus Labs, let me know how you find it. If you bought the first launch, let me know how you found that. I genuinely do still use those products every day, like I said. If it was more accessible to me, I probably would be buying more from this launch, but it's just not, because of the price, because I don't have a Sephora. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, and if you are new to my channel and you have an interest in alternative fashion, you might like the rest of my channel, so consider, you know, taking a look around maybe. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Bye.